What up, y'all? It's your boy KAIZEN, the coolest kid on this block. Now it's on this block. The Asrahan Moo raid is out. I hope you guys have cleared it and gotten your little aesthetic goodies. If you have, congratulations. She's a pain in the ass. Furthermore, remembering her is also a pain in the ass, so it's like it was a toss-up. Who remembers who? Was it a dream? Was it a missed opportunity? Who knows? Was she counting sheep? Or was she counting cows? Because, you know, moo. Anyway, we are going to do a boss guide, boss tour guide of Asrahan's Curtains of Moo for those who are not able to complete the raid and cannot go there because, you know, party leads, raid leads, and fame requirements. You have Curtains of Moo, which is basically the Total War for Bakal raid or guide mode for any other raids. There's normal and hard, but for the most part I will do the hard because it contains all the gimmicks that you need to know for this special dungeon. A quick refresher for this system. These are Sacred Beast. The highlighted one is already the suggested Sacred Beast for the boss of the week. These bosses will rotate as the main boss, just the final one. You usually have to unlock it and then get to the final boss. But these creatures, these beasts, provide skills for your character to take on the bosses. The recommended will always target the final boss because the final boss has an insane HP regen. So this is usually the default pick. But you know, if you're into extra damage or everything else, you can pick them. It's just that this is usually the most recommended one. To my Pandemonium War and Exile Mountain veterans out there, you'll notice that this map is familiar. You got a buff, you got tokens. This one is exclusive to this one. It grants XP for your creatures so they can access the higher tiers of the buff, and then of course unlocking the dungeon to fight the final boss. First up, we're going to fight Force. Not quite a force of nature, more like a gambler to me. We will not force this one. Its full shtick is ice and a bunch of streaks, black streaks that you'll notice later. These black streaks will detonate after you pass them through once. They will be highlighted in blue and then detonate. Hopefully just pass through them, unless he does this. And these are his one of two main gimmicks. Go to either side. It's highlighted. That's the minigame you play. This one, you would have to look for the psychedelic eyes. Pretty simple concept. Follow the amount of the number that's inside the bubble. If it's 0, no characters go in. If it's 1, of course, you go in. And for party play, you just follow the amount that shows up. I don't want to kill him here just yet because I want to show the other gimmick. I say that as I continue attacking him. LOL. Does LOL anyone? We'll just go low. More AoE attacks. Lose your boundary. Make your character look away from the eyes. Otherwise, you get contaminated. A little bit of Simon Says. First doom. First explosion. These icicles will get in your way, so you can destroy them or jump over them. Okay, let's pray that he does the second one. Nice. So you can see that only one of those doors will highlight. The Hopeless Darkness, you kind of just want to drop these because they will hinder your vision. At the same time, you want to look at that 20-sided die and be on that colored area, on that lit area. This will happen 3 times. If you are not in the lit area, you will take damage. And after this, highlight them in ascending order. 5, 11, 18, 20. Pretty simple. Again, I say pretty simple because I've done this a few times, but once you complete it yourself, you'll be able to understand it. What did he just drop? Each of these bosses will drop energy exclusive to their nature or weather pattern. For Force, provides the snow energy that will keep you invincible for a few seconds. If you stay in the party, the energy will provide reduced incoming damage. Here we fight Cladis, which is the rain pattern. This main shtick is a life death trigger. If you are on the lit area, you will... Hold on, my brain is not braining right now. If you're on the lit area, you will increase your water counter, your rain counter. If you are on the darkened area, you will decrease your rain counter. If it hits 0, then you die. Piling Death, this is main gimmick. You wanna absorb these orbs. You're trading some of your gauge to dispel them. And as you do, you're dodging his attacks and micromanaging your gauge. If you manage to absorb all 5, you'll be rewarded with a mini guard. Oh, nice reset. Okay. Oh, well then. So, if you noticed earlier, he started splitting rain droplets. Those basically act as your stand-ins. He will then do life death triggers, and if raindrops are still on the life death trigger, they will be affected, but they basically count as you. So absorb them, you do not get lost. If the raindrops happen to be on the dark end and then there's a life death trigger happening, you will lose, you will reduce your gauge. Go. And again, for the most part, oh, this one is hard exclusive. There will be dividers that will appear onto you. First, going vertically and then another horizontally. It will split the area into two. One that's lit up and one that's darkened. Okay, another life death triggered gimmick. Let me just follow this. The crosshairs. There we go. Life death trigger. Maybe I should have waited. Okay, here comes that rain that I was talking about. See how that raindrop doesn't disappear even though it got hacked. Very, very fatal. Here comes that raindrop from earlier. We're gonna collect one and leave that there. So it went from 3 to 2. It went 3 because I was in the lit pattern, but it dropped down to 2 because that raindrop was on the darkened pattern. Good going, Pikachu. Or is it Pikachu? Nice. The rain energy gives us HP reduction. Very helpful if you can't make use of if you're fighting against someone very tanky like the boss. We can also use it on this boss. Diane has the lightning energy. Go ahead and use this one. As long as you use it on the target, it will work. It will keep applying. See that the HP is it's still following her. The HP is just growing. For Diane, you have a vertical map. By vertical, I mean that there's a sky that you can hop onto. Alright, I'll show you. Whee! So your goal for this main gimmick is to hop on her 7 times. If you run out of bounces, you can jump on this to get extra. Oh. Knock her down and do damage. Up in the clouds there are... Oh, before I talk about that, watch your step, not gonna jump, step over those shockwaves. So since this map is vertically inclined, you'll see it's real big. Pick up the smaller clones, move that clone to the center. All while dodging everything else. And you'll be rewarded with a nice draggy. I feel like I'm gonna kill it with my awakening, so I'll just hold off for now. I want to show you guys the clouds up above. Do you see these? Okay. Yo. Well, yes, very good job. Good job, Sonic. So when she's incapacitated or in groggy mode, you won't be able to access it. Once you start seeing the smaller ones like that, or you do this. Okay, cool. You have a bit of time. There are 4 different kinds of clouds. There's the cooldown one. There's the movement speed one. All speeds, sorry. And then attack buff. And also use these as jumping off platforms. Oh! Before she kills you. We'll let this one pass because it's about to time out. Oh, what? It actually worked? Well, that one was, interesting. And jump on these buffs before the cat broke her neutralize gauge again. You can jump to hop off of the cloud, or you can just press attack to drop down on her. It won't damage her or affect her neutralize gauge or anything. You can also dodge some of those attacks too, like that. Pretty convenient. Ah, we just missed it. She was about to do it too, but there's an attack where she surrounds herself with that blue mascot bubble, and it's your goal to just keep attacking her until the damage area shrinks, which will leave you a safe space around it. Diana's, or not Diana, Diane's energy reduces the neutralize gauge by 50%. Very helpful if you want to get your burst in right away. Now we have Semiani, the Fire Kitty. Comes the orb, Burning Torment. There's going to be a smaller orb there. You want to hide behind it because that's the pillar. Meteor will drop. Hide behind the pillar. Run away from the pillar. Okay. That's the Burning Current. Forms an X. Hide behind the area where Semiani fires his breath. So if he's firing it from left to right, you want to hide on the spot that's on the left, and then vice versa. Superheat Hell is his main gimmick. You want him to land on these platforms, which will generate shards. But remember, keep in mind that these shards will only generate on non-scorched platforms. The ones that are scorched get destroyed instead. Pick one up and use a basic attack. Get a groggy. He recovers from groggy. It will erupt. Since we broke the gauge, we get to do it all over again. Mind the order in which these the scorched areas are dropped. Also, you notice, okay, here comes Burning Torment again. Watch for that pillar. And behind it, there it is. The fire gauge will only increase if you get hit by his attacks. Once it maxes out, then you will be stunned. If you're in a party, you will lose health. Teammate will have to free you if you want to be released. You can hold on to these shards for as long as you can. As long as possible, I mean. Well, until the gimmick runs out, of course. If you want to get rid of it, you have to use the basic attack. Just like that. I believe he has 2 more gimmicks that I want to showcase. There's another set of burning curtains. It should be very common. How common is common? Well, that's for Semiani. I believe that up to him. See these scorched marks? These don't necessarily do damage, but if he uses an attack or an ability, they will detonate. This is an example of a burning curtain. There's a mark on you. Here, smash out of it, get out of there, and you will not get one shot. Here's an example of those scorched areas getting blasted, and superheat hell again. We didn't get to get one. Sadge. Oh, we did. So the burning curtain, essentially, pillars will drop, and there will be a heat wave that will blow in one direction. You wanna hide behind the pillar where it's not gonna blow. So if it's blowing from left to right, you wanna hide behind the pillar on the right side, and vice versa. Semiani's energy gives you overall damage. Can you heal? We don't need heal. And finally, the boss is Brim. Is the weather. Or not the weather. Storm. But not like the lightning storm. Weapons turn into tornadoes, and I just want to walk around them. Okay. Suffocating wall. There will be a split between the room and the room. This mic area will detonate, and there will be a cloudy path that will allow you to traverse between the two. Endlessly penetrating illusion. Very long name for a simple gimmick. Use weapons, pick it up, have it drop in this location. Ouch. Okay. Almost died because of oxygen, but that's okay. Oh wow, I barely landed that. So that's what happens when you die, when you fail the gimmick. These platforms, what you see on the floor, provide these orbs that fill up your oxygen gauge. If it goes to 0, you die. Life imitates art, and vice versa. Berserk power. Stand on the gauge to keep you afloat, to avoid the erupting floor. Forget about your oxygen gauge. Suffocating wall. About that cloudy path earlier will allow you to traverse between the two areas. Make sure you're in the area that won't explode. Alright, let's do this properly. These weapons will take some time to drop. And I drop pretty fast. So pick it up and then drop it off. Wait, I say you just wait for him to move before you pick it up, so you can have a better idea of synchronizing the timings. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Semiani's fire energy so I can get a buff. Get the overall damage after this fire. I'll use my 3A. The oxygen. I can see through you or something. Stay close. That's pretty much it. Berserk power. Look for the geyser. If you have trouble going through the walls, use the cloudy path, and then go up the geyser. You can just stay there for as long as possible, and it will just keep you afloat. It will also recharge your oxygen. Okay. Main gimmick again. Drop the red weapon on him. Wait for him to move. Pick it up, and then stand on him and get away. Wait for him to move. Pick it up. Go to him. Oxygen's about to run out, but that's okay because we completed the gimmick. Yay! Okay, another round of suffocating wall. Remember, if you can't traverse through these walls safely, use the cloudy path. Do it before the mid-zone explosion, and you get to walk away. Watch for these weapons drop. They will explode right after, and it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Okay, look for the red weapons on them. Okay, one more. There we go. Are we gonna cut it close, or will we? Enough time. I think we'll have it. But, you know, just in case. We might as well. I think we've already explored most, if not all, of his crucial gimmicks. Okay, but power. Staying on the geyser will also recover your oxygen. Yo. Oh, this looks interesting. Very interesting. Well, as long as he's taking damage, I guess. Ah, there you go. Oh, I missed. Ooh, we gotta cut it close. Oh, nice. As soon as you said we're gonna cut it close, we refreshed our awakening, but we didn't need it. And that is Curtains of Mu, the precursor to the actual raid. Some of these skills from the bosses may or may not transfer over to the actual raid, but the concept is similar. You'll pick up on it. I believe in you. This is Curtains of Mu, and I have been KAIZEN, signing off. Thank you so much for coming, for checking out the tour guide.
I am coming for you.